Welcome to Mcfarlane Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today in the review room, we're taking a look at 11 from Stranger Things made by Mcfarlane Toys. Now, this one right here in package is actually a Christmas present for my daughter. We're gonna set her off to the side. Oh crap, I dropped it. Well, she's gonna rip it open and play with it anyway, but we're gonna set her off to the side and take a look at this one I have open. So anyone in the Matt family who's interested in buying it for a Christmas present, or maybe if you're a collector yourself and you want to grab it for your DVD shelf or something, you can see what kind of quality we're working with. Now, Hopper makes me think I'm not really excited about getting any more of these for my bookcase. I have a little Stranger Things corner of the room with a picture poster, some knickknacks and stuff with Stranger Things memorabilia. However, 11, despite looking the worst in package, actually looks the best when you open it up, and I'll explain that in a second. Now, she comes with a little balled fist, another hand with a peg that holds the walkie-talkie, and then she comes with her wig. Now, she does... Let me see if I can do this with one shot. All right, there we go. She does look odd with the wig, and she comes with an Eggo. I forgot to point that out as an accessory. And the hand here holding the Eggo, that's the hand that kind of goes with the Eggo. The fist kind of goes with her force push hand, and then this hand obviously goes with the walkie-talkie. So she does have different hands for each item. Now, yeah, the wig looks weird. It looks too thick, too bulky, but it is obviously supposed to be a wig that's going all over the place, and yeah, I don't know, it just looks awful. It's nice that they include it, and I thought in package it looked like the coloring was way off, but it's still nice that they include it. That's something that my daughter's gonna love. I mean, she's not gonna care that it doesn't look fantastic for a little $20 toy. She's just gonna pop the wig on and off. Now, the eyes was my biggest concern. She does have these doe eyes. She has these really big eyes compared to Hopper, and I've seen a few on online. People sent me pictures where their eyes were white. Now, these eyes look white from this distance, but I've seen some online that looked great. However, all the 11s in the targets around me, it's as if the printer was running out of ink and it just started spitting out the color. It doesn't have like an actual eye shape in there. It's just like a splat of different blues and different colors. And what I mean by that is in the whites, if you look up close in hand, those whites are actually tinted a baby blue because there's spots of blue all over the place. Even in her nosebleed there, it looks like whatever blue was supposed to be printed on, mixed in with the other colors, it was off by like a tiny hair. So next to her bloody nose, she has this really faint line of blue trailing down, as if that's part of her bloody, you know what I mean? It's like a blue shadow on her bloody nose. Anyway, and it really looks terrible. Now, up at a distance, it really doesn't look that bad. And especially when you get her put into position, she actually looks really good. Certain angles, she does look good. Her nose is a bit off in package and out of package. It does look like there's just an extra bulk there or something. I don't know, maybe the shape and her jawline. I think her jawline throws it off a little bit. But with that said, even though she did look terrible when I picked her up in package, it's grown on me. The face is actually, it's kind of working now. I think she is taller than she probably should be, but I could be totally wrong about that. But her outfit, this is one thing Mcfarlane Toys is usually fantastic at, is the weathering. Well, this actually looks like Elle, pissed herself. And in the TV show, she makes a kid pee himself. And I'm wondering if Mcfarlane Toys got that a little backwards. Anyhow, it doesn't look like weathering. It looks like she had an accident, you know what I mean? Or a weird one. Anyhow, it's just unnecessary. They pulled a clean outfit and gave it to her, and she does get a little dirty and beat up and dusty, and that's what they try to do here. They have the different shading on the coat here to, to show how it gets all worn out. But I don't know. I think they went overboard in all the creases here. It's just this splat of yellow. It's not even faded in nicely. You know what I mean? So that is an eyesore. I would have rather a slightly darker pink in the creases and then give it the shadowing effect. And that's it. Leave it alone, you know? You don't have to make everything look like The Walking Dead, all weathered and dirty and decayed. Her socks, these actually came out really good. On this figure, every other one I've seen so far had just these splotches of green and yellow all over the sock, so that was kind of off-putting. And then she has her sneakers here, which her dirty-ass Converse, which they actually look really good up close right now. They look fantastic. Now, getting her to stand up is a terrible pain in the ass. You have to force the peg in her foot. Her foot looks like it's an octagon shape, the hole, and then the peg is this fat circle. So it's like you got to just squeeze it in there. Now, the articulation as well for kids, they'll probably be bummed out, some of them, because this is hard right here, and she doesn't move at all in her legs. She swivels, and that's about it. And then she's got a little tiny movement in her ankles, and that's it. Like, as stiff as she looks, that's as stiff as she actually is. She does move her arms some. They go up and down, and they bend very little, though. I mean, it's a tiny bend there at the elbow, and I think this one's even worse. So you do get arm movement. You can do some stuff, but it just, you know, breaks the pose, and it doesn't even look realistic. So you just pop, for those who want to put her on a DVD shelf or something, you just pop her on the shelf, put her little force palm up, and you call it a day. That's pretty much it. The screen accuracy on the walkie-talkie is a bit off. It's a little too big. On top of being a little too big, it's the wrong color. It should be black and silver. That's not really that big of a deal, but I kind of feel like it wouldn't be that difficult to just slap some silver going down. They already did it on the antenna. I don't remember the antenna being silver, but it probably was. But I remember it having strips of silver on each side. That's not really that big of an issue. Her hand stays in there because of the peg. See the hole? And they got a little strap there. I do like the fine detail on the walkie-talkie. So, and then her hand has this little peg in there. That's actually fantastic. I like that because it keeps the big walkie-talkie in her hand. And then she's got this little fist. I would recommend, if you're getting this for your kid or a kid, help them out and be careful, because look at that little tiny peg hole in there. You're going to be taking the hands off and on, and that's tiny. So be super careful. And just like Hopper, we get a Stranger Things base, and I think this is a step up. I like this a lot better than the black ones that The Walking Dead has. This thing doesn't come with it. This thing is a NECA headstand. I actually pulled out a couple so you guys can see what they're used for, or supposed to be used for. You pop an alternate head on there, and then you put it next to the figure when you put them on display. The Predator ones are awesome because that's my all-time favorite creature right there. So you just pop the extra skull or open face Predator, and he looks awesome. Anyway, back to the Stranger Things. Here's the hair up close. You can see there's great weathering done. Again, the hair and some of the weathering is all, like, they put these oranges in there, and I think that is to give it some life. But it just, I think the oranges is what makes it, you know, it does give it some shadow and depth and whatnot, but it does give it that feel like they painted it the wrong color, you know, like it's slightly off. It should be super blonde. And Mcfarlane Toys is notorious for doing stuff like this. They did this with a female character from The Walking Dead. Her hair is a totally different color than how she was on the show. And it's as if sometimes they're like, well, it'll look better like this. So I don't know. It might have looked ridiculous how it was on the show, but it was ridiculous on the show, so I'm not sure. And if you want to see what's up her skirt as far as the articulation, she's got a cut there, but it doesn't do much as far as spinning the legs and getting her to stand. She is a pain in the ass to get her in a stance. Let me put her in the... Alright, so I was fighting with that a little bit just to get her in a stance so I can end the video. However, this is it right now. We got 11 and Hopper. You can find them at Target. They come in great retro packaging. I think that is a fan favorite right now, especially the older fans who are not going to play with these, just going to buy it, hang it on the wall, put it on a DVD rack. I would have to say they look even better in the packaging. The packaging is just wonderful, but they also look cool at a distance on your DVD rack or a bookcase or your office desk. If you love this show and you want to put them on display, they're making the other characters as well. In 2018, we're going to get Dustin and Lucas and the Demogorgon and stuff like that. I will say, though, I really, truly wish Mcfarlane Toys tweaks the printing. I'll tell you what, it might be working well for them now, but this is not where they should be as far as the eyes and certain aspects with the paint being off. Like, there should not be a little line of blue next to the red on her face. They are cheaper. Like, this isn't a $200 Hot Toys that should be damn near perfect and screen accurate. This is a $20 toy that's made for younger fans to get and play with, I would imagine, and also the older adult fans to collect as toys. Not like extremely detailed statues that would be $50 or $150. So keep that in mind when you go to purchase these. I will say that for $20, I think what they got going on here is a great deal. They could use a little bit more accessories and fix the eyes, and I think everything would be great from here on out. All right, and also don't do this again with the articulation. Definitely give them more articulation. All right, thanks for coming by the review room to check out Eleven and Hopper from Stranger Things. I really appreciate the support. I want the camera to focus, damn it, before we leave. All right, guys, thanks for coming by the review room. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.